People are no longer interested in fast fashion. Today, consumers are looking for more subtle ways to show off wealth. For starters, that means quality over glam. Interestingly, people want luxury items that align with their values and can have a good return on investment. So if you've been keeping tabs on us, you already know luxury watch brands are off to a great start this year. There are tons of stuff happening across the different markets, and we are excited to share some of the trends to watch this year. One of them will surprise you. When lockdowns were lifted for good in 2022, it was a welcome opportunity to celebrate the paradoxical golden era of luxury timepieces, a modest but welcome side effect of the pandemic. The watch industry boomed as watch aficionados had more time to explore niche companies, and newcomers learned more about the products available to them. It is the dawn of a new era, folks. Suffice to say, people are more intentional today than they were yesterday. Without further ado, we think these watch trends will be huge this year. At number 1, we have customized watches. We don't know if you've noticed this since the year began, but customized watches are all the rage now. Actually, they have been for a while. What was once a timeless classic is often insufficient now. Customized watches are becoming increasingly popular with dials, inscriptions, and bands tailored to the wearer. Although it's not a new fad, as we have said, fashion trends tend to bounce back around. In 1968, Paul Newman was presented with a watch with one of the world's most famous engravings. When he started racing again after appearing in the 1969 film Winning, his wife gave him a Rolex Daytona with the words, "Drive carefully me," engraved on the case back. In 2017, Newman's Rolex would fetch a record-breaking $17.7 million at auction. Do you get it? At number 2 is the now popular idea of engagement watches. Yes, the engagement watch has replaced the traditional ring. Many couples opt for timepieces as an alternative to the traditional engagement ring. Like jewelry, high-end timepieces often become heirloom artifacts passed down through the years. Not only can women propose to their boyfriends with an engagement watch, but same-sex couples can do the same. Coming in at number 3 is the rise of unisex watches. Interestingly, a gender-neutral look appears in timepieces, as in the jewelry and apparel industries. Gender-neutral timepieces have become the standard in the industry as manufacturers aim to expand market share outside traditional watch subsets. Luxury labels like Zenith have done away with gendered labels entirely, and even the world's largest retailers are increasingly marking items as unisex. We can be confident that this year and beyond, timepieces will be designed to garner a more universal appeal as traditional gender preconceptions in watch design continue to crumble. Then at number 4, we can expect and honestly can't wait to see the appeal of retro continuing. The ageless allure of a classic timepiece is largely due to the nostalgia of owning one. Vintage timepieces are highly sought after by collectors who value a connection to the past. The need for timepieces that will never go out of style and have iconic appeal has always remained strong. In addition, as the market for pre-owned wristwatches continue to grow, it has never been simpler to shop for the highest quality vintage classics than now. Even as modern updates to vintage details and reissues of classic models become increasingly popular across the luxury watch industry, we should expect to see continued demand for vintage-inspired timepieces in 2023. Now, the 5th trend to watch this year is probably one of our favorites, the color red. Yes, folks, the color red will be a preference for many this year. Why? The watch industry undoubtedly took notice when Viva Magenta was named 2023's Color of the Year. It's a shade that encourages enthusiasm, optimism, and the celebration of a new narrative. So it is a good fit for a new high-end timepiece. Viva Magenta brings a unique flair that would make any timepiece stand out, making it a prime choice for manufacturers wishing to make a bold statement this year. You should keep an eye out for new watches that feature red accents this year, both on the dials and in other small features. And number 6, wow, there's a lot to watch this year. Anyway, number 6 is what we call pre-owned luxury. So, fun fact, the value of the pre-owned luxury watch market is expected to rise from its 2018 level of around $18 billion to more than $30 billion by 2025. Patek Philippe, Rolex, Audemars Piguet, and Richard Mille, to name a few, only create a small number of watches each year to maintain a high standard of quality and uniqueness. Due to production delays caused by problems in the supply chain and plant closures, there is a greater need for pre-owned luxury timepieces than ever before. While the market for pre-owned high-end timepieces has always been sizable, it took off in 2022. McKinsey, an American consulting organization, predicts that by 2025, the demand for pre-owned luxury watches will be worth more than $40 billion. With major companies like Rolex introducing certified pre-owned programs, the general public is taking note. The market for pre-owned luxury timepieces is expected to expand in 2023 as more watchmakers present pre-owned programs to suit rising consumer demand. Cool, right? CEO Paul Altieri of Bob's Timepieces recently said that the secondary market for luxury watches continues to do well despite the economic headwinds the past 6 months. For our 7th trend, we have sustainability. This year, luxury brands will start the wheel for long-term sustainability. Several innovative watch companies have noted that the technology behind sustainable materials and procedures is finally catching up to customer expectations. Breitling released their first gold and diamond watch with full provenance, with the gold coming from the Swiss accredited artisanal Touchstone mine in Colombia and the diamonds around the bezel coming from a verified New York City supplier. Ulysses Nardin's latest Arctic Night Diver, a product of a partnership with the Norwegian outwear manufacturer Norna, contains materials like carbenium, a unique material produced from offcuts of airplane parts, straps created from recycled fishing nets, and steel from recycled automotive materials. Maurice Lacroix is helping the environment by making its stylish Icon Tide models out of a composite material twice as durable as regular plastic, 5 times as resistant, and offers a carbon footprint 6 times lower than PET. This material is made from 17 recycled plastic bottles. What's more, the cooperation between Bamford London and Land Rover was announced last month, focusing on contemporary luxury. The watches are titanium, but they have maize and canvas bands instead of leather straps. The terms greenwashing and virtue signaling seem so, 2022. As for our 8th trend today, we are excited to see new mechanical wonders. Despite its apparent antiquity in this digital age, mechanical artifacts and watchmaking complexity are gaining popularity as collectors seek out pieces with more profound emotional and symbolic significance. In 2022, GPHG Awards added an automatic clock category to the prestigious. The first prize went to a mechanical clock in the design of a bejeweled fountain by Van Cleef and Arpels, complete with a retrograde display and music box. The venerable house will undoubtedly release other outstanding workplace accessories. The latest code, 1159 from Audemars Piguet, is the most advanced wristwatch on the market. Star Wheel may only display the current time, but it uses a wandering hours mechanism, a 17th century device that works similarly to a mobile satellite. Finally, the legendary Swiss clockmaker L'Epée has survived for 183 years only because of the current popularity of its remarkable mechanical wonders among collectors of cutting-edge independent labels like MB&F and Chanel. Finally, L'Epée's latest clock collaboration with Bugara, in the guise of a race car, demonstrates, however, that such mechanical desk things will soon enter the mainstream. And all we can say is nice. But let's hear your thoughts on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the least excited and 10 being beyond excited. How excited are you about 2023 for the watch community? And what are you looking forward to seeing the most?